Hey friends, today's pick a card reading is all about how you'll make an impact and get paid for it. You're not here just to clock in and survive. You're here to make a difference and yes, get well compensated for it. If you've ever wondered how you're meant to make an impact and how money flows when you're doing work that truly matters, this reading is for you. We're diving into your unique gifts, the kind of legacy you're meant to leave, and how abundance flows when you're living in alignment. Whether you're at a crossroads or building something new, there is a message for you. If you are new to pick a card readings, here's how it works. The first thing that you're going to do here is you are going to pick the pile or the crystal or the object that you are the most intuitively drawn to. So we have pile 1 here with an Ammonite fossil. We have pile 2 here with Apophyllite, Chrysocolla. We have pile 3 here with Sunstone. And we have pile 4 here with titanium or a quartz. You can pick one pile, you can pick more than one pile, or you can choose all of them. It is totally up to you. But when you're ready, go to the description of this video, find the timestamp that is linked to your pile, and then you can skip ahead to your reading. Thank you so much for letting me read for you, friends, and I will see you on the inside. Hey pile 1, hey friends, welcome to your reading. So let's talk about your impact energy. Let's talk about what kind of difference you're here to make and what ripple effect you naturally create. So we have the Emperor here, and this talks about structure. It talks about stability. It can talk about leadership, authority, and foundation setting. So pile 1, you are here to bring order to chaos, to create frameworks, systems, or safe spaces where other people can thrive. I really do feel like your impact lies in taking vision and really making it real, you know, like turning ideas into something tangible that really does stand the test of time. So I feel like the ripple effect that you're going to have with this is that people feel safe and organized and supported when they're around you. Pile 1, you naturally lead others even when you're not trying to, and I feel like you are excellent at establishing standards that others can build from or lean on. So for example, maybe some of you here build a business that helps other creatives manage their time, projects, or brand in a more grounded way. Or maybe you become the go-to mentor or manager who knows how to create systems for other people to succeed in high stress or unstable environments. Or maybe some of you here create a course or a membership platform that people go from scattered to structured in their finances or creativity or healing journey or whatever it is that you want to teach on. We also have the communicator, Mercury. Words have power. So pile 1, these are your natural talents down here. We have a bunch of descriptors down here. I believe these are your natural talents. So you are truthful, outspoken, flexible, clear, quick, relatable, friendly, intelligent, open-minded, intuitive, psychological, discriminating, informed, and articulate. So this is all about expression. It's about information, it's about voice, it's about messaging, and really this translation of thought. Pile 1, you are here to make an impact through your words, through your voice, and through mental clarity. So this card really affirms that your gift is making complex things simple and relatable, whether this is through speaking or writing or teaching or even content creation. So I feel like your words are going to shift perspectives, they're going to plant ideas, and they're really going to spark creativity in others. Again, you know how to make people feel seen, heard, and really understood through your communication. So I feel like you often end up being like the translator of truth or higher level insight for other people. Now, for some of you here, maybe you want to host a podcast or write a blog that really does help people process their emotions and spiritual growth or career path through things like storytelling. I also feel like some of you here are going to create viral social media content that really does educate and empower and inspire other people through maybe like short, powerful statements or reframes. Or maybe some of you here want to work in a client-centered coaching or consulting arena where your voice helps others to unlock hidden truths or decisions. Next, I want to talk about how you'll get paid for it. Let's talk about what energy or strategy will bring in money when you're in alignment with that impact. So we have the 2 of Cups here, and this talks about connection. It talks about mutual respect, collaboration, and really having this heart-centered exchange. So I feel like money is going to flow to you through partnerships and shared values and emotional resonance. Your aligned path is going to involve working with or for people who really truly see your value rather than chasing validation or volume. So I feel like your financial alignment strategy here is going to be to focus on collaborations, not competition. Maybe some of you here want to offer services or products that are deeply relational and not so much transactional. So this is your sign to not downplay how powerful you are when you're trusted and respected. So for example, maybe some of you here want to offer one-on-one mentorships or creative collaborations that really do foster long-term client relationships. Or maybe some of you here want to build partnerships with aligned brands or creators and monetize through affiliate marketing or sponsorships or co-hosted projects. Maybe some of you here want to lead community-based programs or mentorships or memberships where people feel emotionally invested in the experience. We also have Kenaz. So this is a rune that represents your inner spark, insight, things like clarity, and very much this energy of like innovation. So I feel like you'll make money when you share your inner fire and your revelations. With this, I feel like your insight is your currency, pile one. When you let people into the creative process, the healing process, or your light, they will pay to be illuminated, right? So your financial alignment strategy with this is to trust your intuition because your vision is monetizable. Maybe some of you here want to use storytelling or teaching to really share the wisdom behind the work. And really, I also feel like you don't have to wait until something is perfect. This is your sign to create and share in the flow. So maybe some of you here monetize your knowledge or your wisdom through courses or YouTube videos or digital products. Maybe some of you here want to sell art or healing or transformation, right? Like your unique way of seeing is what people pay for. Maybe some of you here become a visibility coach or a brand strategist or an educator where you help others ignite their own fire through your guidance. Let's also talk about the people that you're meant to help or influence and really who benefits from your work. So we have the Knight of Swords in reverse here, and this talks about burnout, impulsiveness, overthinking, and really trying to figure it all out. Pile one, you are here to help those who are stuck in the loop of doing too much, too fast, or too mindlessly. So I feel like the people that you are here to help are people who value intellect and success, but maybe they're out of alignment with things like peace and presence. So I'm feeling like the people that you help are going to be overachievers or chronic hustlers or heady thinkers who really need some grounding. I think that you're going to be helping people with a message or a mission who don't know how to slow down and feel. And I also feel like you're going to help individuals who use logic to mask their fear of failure. So for example, maybe some of you here coach ambitious entrepreneurs or creatives who need to balance their mental drive with emotional clarity. Or maybe some of you here create meditative or grounding content like tarot or astrology or energy work that helps people with anxious minds find peace, right? I'm really feeling the energy of you helping high performers, right? Maybe this is type A professionals or creators, and you help them to develop a more soulful and sustainable approach to their work. We also have Sonia Delone. It says, don't live to 94 without founding an art movement. The practical should also be art, and does your geometry lack poetry? I love this. This is the energy of being a visionary artist, blending colors, really integrating movement and this bold creativity. So Sonia Delone is an artist whose energy really does reflect those who thrive with visuals and beauty and vibrancy and innovation. Pile one, your influence awakens creativity in others and really helps them to see the world in new, colorful ways. So I feel like the people that you're going to help are people who feel dull or boxed in and who are really craving vibrancy or reinvention. I really feel like you're going to be helping artists, designers, visionaries, those who feel like their life lacks a little bit of color or rhythm at the moment. I also feel like you're going to be attracting those who want to live a life of freedom and creativity and expression, but maybe don't know how to. So for example, maybe some of you here guide burnt out artists to reclaim their joy through color therapy or visual journaling or creative coaching. Maybe some of you here help women entrepreneurs or creators build vibrant, authentic brands that really do reflect their true selves. Maybe some of you here design or curate aesthetics, like websites or homes or visual content that really does uplift others emotionally and spiritually. So let's talk about your next aligned step, we'll talk about one tangible or energetic action that you can take to move into flow. So we have strength, and with this, it talks about inner power. It can talk about resilience, gentleness, and having emotional courage. So pile 1, you are being asked to trust your quiet strength. Remember that your power is magnetic when you stop forcing and you start aligning. This is the card that urges you to be more bold and compassionate, especially with yourself. So I feel like your next aligned move is going to be to use emotional intelligence to navigate tricky conversations or choices. Maybe even like soften your resistance and be courageous enough to be consistent. And maybe just choose one place where you'll show up more fully and more gently, and you'll be surprised at what opens up for you. So maybe some of you here finally pitch your offer or idea or vision, even if it scares you. Maybe some of you here say no to something out of alignment to preserve your energy and integrity. Maybe some of you here hold space for someone else's fear or frustration, really trusting that your calm presence is doing more than words ever could. We also have the Chiromancer, delivering news and collaboration. So I feel like you're going to get insight through connection, right? Your messages are meant to be shared. This can also talk about divine timing. So I feel like this is all about delivering your message, right? Like starting the conversation or reaching out. I really don't feel like you're supposed to do this all by yourself, pile 1, right? Like somebody is ready to help or somebody needs your help. So I feel like your next aligned move is to open a dialogue, right? Collaborate, network, share something publicly. Maybe pay attention to random messages or signs. Just know that they're guiding your next steps. And maybe some of you here want to use your hands or your voice or your digital presence to deliver your unique message, right? So for example, maybe some of you here DM someone for a collaboration or to offer your support, and it leads to a paid opportunity. Maybe some of you here want to finally launch that podcast or the blog or the newsletter, and the right audience finds you. Maybe some of you here say what's been on your heart in a video or a post or a conversation, and it activates a new client or a supporter. Let's also get some tea leaf fortune cards to get any additional bits of information that you might need to know. We have coins, money will be coming to you, seahorse, family matters. Shield, you need to defend yourself. We have kite, vacation, star, guaranteed success, heart, love, deep affection and caring, wedge, someone is trying to come between you and a friend or something, or between something that you want or something that you want, and cane, pay attention to your health. I'm hearing like mental health, emotional health. Mountain road, you are on the road to success, doing something risky, taking a chance, tiger. There was one that popped up for you. Broken bone, broken wishbone, wish will not be granted. And then we have pig, beware of greed. And then we also have vulture, depression, anxiety, worry that someone's against you. And then we have diamond, you will be receiving a precious gift. And we have wreath, sorrow over a loss. And ladder, climbing towards success. Okay, so looking at all of these cards here, I feel like there might be some of you here who have gone through periods of struggle, right? Obstacles, mountains to climb. Maybe some of you here have experienced a loss in the past, right? Or maybe you were hoping for something and that thing didn't happen, right? Maybe this situation has caused a lot of worry, maybe depression, anxiety. Maybe you were kind of feeling like the weight of the world, or like people were against you, people were trying to stop you from what you really wanted to do. I don't know if there was the energy of greed involved in these situations, right? Maybe you've felt like you need to protect yourself, like you needed to shield yourself. I wonder if this has also been like wearing, again, like on your mental health, emotional health. Just know that there is some sort of change that's about to happen with this. And you are about to transition to a much brighter horizon, right? Like you are on the road to success. Although you've had mountains to climb and maybe things were difficult at times, just know that you're climbing towards success, right? You are going to be receiving or giving a precious gift. I think that your community has a lot of love for you, a lot of deep affection for you and caring. Like, I keep hearing cultivating community, right? Maybe your community sees you as a gift, right? And I'm also hearing like diamond in the rough, right? Like sometimes the most precious gems are forged and fueled through fire. But I love that you have guaranteed success here. Money will be coming to you, vacation. Maybe this is by you doing something risky, taking a chance, right? Taking a chance on what your heart is really leading you to. So yes, thank you so much, Pile 1. I want you to remember that your purpose isn't just about hustle, it's about resonance. And when you do what you're here to do, the right opportunities, the right clients, and income are going to flow to you in ways that you couldn't even plan. So let me know which pile you chose and how it landed for you in the comments. I love hearing your stories. If this reading spoke to your soul, please be sure to like this video, hit the notification bell, and subscribe here at Tidal Tarot for more intuitive guidance. When you get the chance, check out my other pick-a-card readings on dream careers, money breakthroughs, and your next level self. They're all on my channel page, Tidal Tarot, here on YouTube. If you feel called to tune into my podcast, the That's Deep podcast, where I share how to co-create your dream life through personal growth and spiritual wisdom, it's linked for you in the description. And if you're into crystals or pretty things to support your shift, my online shop is also linked for you below. I'm sending you so much love, Tidal fam. I will see you on the next video. Thank you. Love you. Bye. Hey Pile 2. Hey friends. Welcome to your reading. So let's talk about your impact energy. We'll talk about what kind of difference you're here to make and what ripple effect you naturally create. So we have Temperance in reverse here, and this can talk about imbalance, things like misalignment, extremes, and trying to force harmony where it isn't natural. So Pile 2, I feel like you're here to expose what's not working, especially in systems, routines, or beliefs that pretend to be balanced but are actually toxic or rigid or unsustainable. Your gift is not making people feel comfortable, it's actually waking them up to false harmony. So I feel like the ripple effect that you're going to have is that you're going to reveal what's fake or forced or out of sync and help others build real integration. Pile 2, you're a disruptor in areas where people spiritual bypass or numb themselves out. You are here to help others trust their timing and not push for premature peace. So for example, maybe some of you here help people recover after burnout or toxic productivity, and you teach them real life balance, right? Not this Pinterest aesthetic balance. Or maybe you disrupt spiritual or wellness spaces by calling out performative positivity or commercialized healing, right? Because we see so much of that now that wellness and healing and all that stuff is trendy, which is great, right? This is great that people are trying to be more wellness minded and like more focused, but of course not everybody's intentions are the same. I feel like you'd be really great at helping creatives or entrepreneurs reconnect with their purpose, especially after they've lost their spark chasing money or perfection or whatever it is, right? We also have the King, Sun, and it says, I powerfully lead my mission. So Pile 2, you are naturally regal, powerful, passionate, courageous, sovereign, responsible, benevolent, creative, innovative, decisive, directive, inspiring, a visionary, and you're respected. So yes, this is all about you being sovereign, right? This is your life force. This is you being a leader. You have this natural charisma about you, right? You have this gift of self-expression. And so Pile 2, I feel like your mission is to shine unapologetically and to inspire other people to reclaim their personal power. Pile 2, you're not meant to dim or compromise. You were born to lead by fully being you. So maybe some of you here model self-trust and self-responsibility. Or maybe other people will feel permission to lead or create or express because you paved the way first. I just feel like your creative presence lights up rooms or groups or movements even. So maybe some of you here run a creative business or a movement that reflects your exact values and style. Maybe people pay to be near that authenticity. Or maybe for some of you, you become a solar leader in a niche space where spirituality and art or wellness or business is, right? And maybe some of you here become a solar leader in a niche space, right? Like spirituality or art or wellness or business, where your story empowers others. Maybe some of you here are going to teach others how to be seen, whether it's through public speaking or personal branding or unapologetic truth telling. So next, let's talk about how you'll get paid for it. Let's talk about what energy or strategy brings in money when you're in alignment with that impact. We have the Page of Pentacles in reverse here. So this can talk about scattered focus, procrastination, and having this lack of confidence in skill development. I feel like money is going to flow to you once you commit to learning and refining and showing up consistently, even when you don't feel ready. I feel like you're being invited to stop starting and stopping and to treat your mission like a craft. So I feel like maybe your financial alignment strategy here is to prioritize long-term focus over short-term gains, or to stick to one idea or one offer or one path long enough to master it. I feel like this is a sign for you to trust that your value increases as you stay with the uncomfortable learning curve. Like, for example, maybe you start and stick to your content creation or product idea, even if it takes months to pay off. Or maybe some of you here invest in mentorship or education to hone your skills and really up-level your pricing. Maybe some of you here stop switching strategies or doubting your niche and you see your money follow your focus. We also have Thuri saws here. So this is a rune that represents being a catalyst through divine protection. So the core energy here is very much the energy of being a catalyst. You can talk about divine protection, really crossing the threshold in some way, and releasing fear. So I feel like your income is going to come through decisive action, things like energetic protection and brave boundary setting. You're here to pierce illusions and really take bold, sacred risks. So I feel like this will attract powerful rewards for you. So pile 2, I feel like your financial alignment strategy is going to be you saying no to unaligned clients or projects or energy drains. I think that you're going to be able to step through the threshold, that uncomfortable action you've been avoiding, and you're going to protect your vision like a warrior, right? Your energy is valuable. Maybe some of you here cut ties with a draining job or client or partnership and new income flows immediately after. Maybe you're going to raise your rates or clarify your boundaries and your magnetism increases. Maybe some of you here launch a bold idea that's very polarizing, but it's powerful and it brings in ideal followers or income. Let's talk about the people you're meant to help or influence and who benefits from your work. So we have the 10 of Wands in reverse here. This can talk about burnout recovery, releasing burdens, saying no, and it can also talk about softening the energy of being a martyr, right? So you are here to help people who are carrying too much, especially those who feel like they have to do everything alone or that they have to do it perfectly. I feel like you know how to show others how to drop what's no longer theirs and how to soften their relationship with work or identity or expectations. So in terms of who you're going to help pile 2, I feel like this is going to be exhausted visionaries or empaths or overfunctioners, people who are trying to do all the right things, but maybe they're losing themselves in the process. I also feel like you could really be great with helping those with generational or systemic burdens, especially in women, mothers, caretakers, right? So for example, maybe some of you here guide recovering perfectionists to simplify and honor their limits. Or maybe some of you here help spiritual entrepreneurs to rebuild a life of flow and clarity, not just hustle and marketing. Maybe some of you here offer healing or creative or coaching spaces where people can finally rest and reflect and reset. We have Jackson Pollock. It says, meaning doesn't come with titles. If fame finds you, keep working in spite of it. And chaos is handmade. So this is all about abstract expression, chaos turned into movement, things like creative rebellion. So pile 2, you are meant to support those whose genius doesn't fit the mold, right? Like the misfits, the rebels, the expressive minds who need freedom, not formulas. These are the people who often have beautiful chaos inside them and they just need permission to let it out. So I feel like you're going to help, again, artists, neurodivergent creators, free thinkers, people who are stuck in systems that silence their instincts. Maybe you want to help visionaries who are afraid of being messy, and you're going to help them embrace it. Like maybe some of you here mentor creatives with messy magic or helping them package their chaos into powerful offers. Maybe some of you here are going to offer expressive arts or embodiment work that helps people move through their emotions. Maybe some of you here are going to speak boldly about nonlinear paths to success, and it's going to give others the courage to leave behind conventional rules. So let's talk about your next aligned step. Let's talk about some tangible or energetic actions that you can take to move into flow. We have the Knight of Pentacles here. And so with the Knight of Pentacles, this talks about consistency, sustainability, devotion, and really building something brick by brick. So pile 2, you don't need a big leap. I feel like you need a stable rhythm. This is your permission slip to take the next boring, sacred step. You know, show up for the plan, the process, the practice, because this is where the real magic and the money will start flowing for you. So maybe your next aligned move is for you to stick to your content schedule or your practice or your creation process, even if it feels slow. Maybe this is you grounding your dreams in routine or planning or strategy. Maybe this is you building long-term security instead of chasing instant results. So maybe some of you here create a workflow for your authors or your content and you commit to showing up weekly no matter what. Maybe some of you here schedule time for slow growth activities like skill building or back-end work or finances. Maybe some of you here are going to be practicing devotion, not discipline, and really giving your work the respect of consistency. We also have the Muse, generosity, and naivety. This is the energy of openness. It's the energy of inspiration, giving without attachment, and having this childlike wonder. So pile 2, you don't have to try so hard. It's your time to just follow what lights you up and to share that generously. Because I feel like you're most magnetic when you're curious and present and offering your gifts freely without overthinking or over strategizing. So I think your next aligned move is to share what's exciting you, even if it's not polished. Maybe some of you here want to offer a free or playful piece of your work to build goodwill and joy. Or maybe some of you here want to let yourself be moved and move others, right? Just allow yourself to understand that your creativity is your currency. So maybe some of you here post or email something from the heart, not the algorithm, and it hits. Maybe some of you here offer a free workshop or a guide or an experience and it magnetizes your ideal clients to you. Or shoot, maybe some of you just want to create for the joy of it and someone unexpectedly pays or promotes your work. Let's get some tea leaf fortune cards. Let's find out what else pile 2 needs to know. Any other bits of important information. We have tankard, celebration, fun, enjoyment. We have forest, muddled, unclear thinking. We have boot, increase your efforts if you want to achieve your goals. We have chain of events that will affect your life. We have scales, keep your life in balance. Fair man, dealings or relationship with a man with blonde, gray, or white hair. Basket, recognition, reward for merit. V, victory in some endeavor. And rainbow, the most difficult part of a situation is over. I love this. Okay, so looking at all of your cards here, I feel like some of you are coming out of this fogginess, out of this kind of like unclear forest, right? Like whatever confusion or fogginess that you felt in the past, just know that you are moving out of that energy into much more clarity. Just know that the most difficult part of whatever situation that you were going through, it's over. Okay, you will find victory in whatever endeavor that you're working towards. It's time for you to stay consistent, right? Increase your efforts, like we were talking about with the Knight of Pentacles. Keep taking those steps, right? Because what it's going to lead you to is just going to be fascinating and amazing and more miraculous than you could have ever expected. I think that this is all part of your journey, right? Chain of events that will affect your life. I also think that with the globe in the back, you are going to be really helping people like from all over the world is what I'm feeling. Remember, with all of this change, it's important to keep your life in balance, pay attention to your health, mental, emotional, spiritual, physical. Remind yourself that, you know, have fun on the journey. Allow yourself to celebrate your wins, even if they feel like small wins, right? Allow yourself to feel into the joy that you so deeply deserve. And then for some of you here, you may be dealing with a fair man, whether this is a relationship with dealings or relationship with a man with blonde, gray, or white hair. Take what resonates, leave what doesn't. But just remember, pile 2, that your purpose isn't just about hustle, it's about resonance. And when you do what you're here to do, the right opportunities, clients, and income will flow to you in ways that you couldn't even plan. So let me know in the comments what pile you chose and how everything landed for you. I absolutely love hearing your stories. If this reading spoke to your soul, be sure to like this video, hit the notification bell, and subscribe here at Titled Tarot for more intuitive guidance. When you get the chance, check out my other pick-a-card readings on dream careers, money breakthroughs, and your next level self. They're all on my channel page, Titled Tarot, here on YouTube. If you feel called to tune into my podcast, the That's Deep Podcast, where I share how to co-create your dream life through personal growth and spiritual wisdom, it's linked for you in the description. And if you're into crystals or pretty things to support your shift, my online shop is also linked for you below. I'm sending you so much love, Title fam. I appreciate you, and I will see you on the next video. Bye, friends. Love y'all. Hey, Pile 3. Hey, friends. Welcome to your reading. Let's talk about your impact energy. We'll talk about what kind of difference you're here to make and what ripple effect you naturally create. We have the Six of Cups here, and this is all about innocence, nostalgia, your inner child, soul memories, and things like emotional depth. So Pile 3, you make an impact by awakening innocence, softness, and emotional truth in others, especially in those who have forgotten what joy, play, or safe connection really feels like. I feel like your presence reminds people of who they were before they were hurt, or hardened, or, affected by life. So I think that the ripple effect that you're going to make here is that you offer comfort, things like emotional restoration and safety through your energy or your work. Pile 3, you have this natural ability to help people heal from childhood wounds, emotional repression, or lost dreams. And I feel like you create experiences that feel pure or familiar or soulfully connected. So maybe some of you here guide others to reparent their inner child through the healing arts or storytelling or nurturing communities. Maybe some of you here work with people who have suffered emotional neglect, helping them to remember how to trust or dream or feel again. And I also feel like you would be really great at bringing softness into rigid or emotionally cold environments, right? Like, I'm thinking things like corporate wellness or family systems or trauma-informed spaces. We also have the Honorable Warrior, Mars, and it says, I take a stand for positive change. So Pile 3, you are naturally brave, courageous, strong, passionate, bold, hardworking, territorial, athletic, competitive, decisive, heroic, loyal, disciplined, and action-driven. So this is the energy of courage, of action, of activism, right? Of inner strength and really standing your ground, Pile 3. I feel like you're also here to stand up for the innocent, the vulnerable, and the unseen. Mars brings this really sharp edge due to the tenderness of the Six of Cups. So I feel like you're not just nostalgic, but you're protective, catalytic, right? Like, I feel like you're brave. So the ripple effect that you're about to have on others is that you inspire others to take aligned action in service of healing. You know how to combine empathy and bravery, showing people how to protect their peace. You know how to stand firm in your values, even when others fear rocking the boat. So I feel like some of you here are going to speak up for emotional truth in spiritual or social justice spaces, even if it's messy or inconvenient. Maybe some of you here are going to lead projects or movements that center vulnerable communities, especially children or survivors or creatives. Pile 3, I feel like you fuse personal healing with collective empowerment. Like, maybe you're going to write a memoir, or you're going to podcast your story, or you're going to teach from your lived experience. Next, let's talk about how you'll get paid for it. We'll talk about what energy or strategy brings in money when you're in alignment with that impact. We have the Five of Pentacles in reverse here. This talks about recovery from lack. You could talk about asking for help, really finding support, or turning inward for value. So I feel like money is going to flow to you when you release scarcity and things like isolation or feeling like you have to be a martyr, right? It's going to come when you realize that you don't have to do it alone. Pile 3, you're meant to make money in a way that supports healing community wounds around abandonment or worth or financial struggle. So I feel like your financial alignment strategy with this would be to allow yourself to be supported and seen, and recognize that help is available. I think it would be important for you to charge based on your worth and transformation, not your fear of being too much. I also think that it's important for you to heal your own money stories to become a model of what's possible for others. So maybe some of you here build a business or an offer that empowers others to come out of financial or emotional isolation, right? Like I'm thinking like group programs or retreats or collective healing spaces. I also feel like some of you here are going to be rewriting your own story of like, I don't know, it's like that energy of like not enough, right? And you're going to share it publicly to build trust and relatability with clients. Maybe some of you here are going to be creating affordable but sustainable offers or tiered pricing to support those who are in transition without undervaluing your energy. We also have Tiwaz. So this is a rune that talks about moral leadership, can talk about honor, things like accountability, and really this brave truth telling. So pile 3, you get paid when you show up as a truth teller. And I'm also feeling like the energy of like an ethical guide here. I feel like money is going to come through you being trustworthy, holding integrity, and really standing for something that matters. So I think that your financial alignment strategy here is to lead with your values and your why. Pile 3, people are going to invest in you because they believe you walk your talk. I also feel like you can speak on things that others tiptoe around, right? Like your courage, something that's going to build credibility. And I also feel like you're going to see your business or career as a sacred duty, not just an income stream. I feel like some of you might create coaching or educational programs rooted in justice or healing or emotional truth. Maybe some of you here are going to take a firm public stand for something that you believe in, right? Like emotional healing or boundaries or creative justice. Maybe some of you here are going to be consistently showing up with honesty, even when it's uncomfortable, and your clients are going to trust you because of it. So let's talk about the people that you're meant to help or influence, and let's talk about who will benefit from your work. So we have the Two of Swords in reverse here, and this talks about indecision, inner conflict, avoidance, or emotional suppression. So pile 3, you are here to help those who are stuck in their heads but feel disconnected from their hearts. These are people who live in limbo, fear, or perfection paralysis. You know, people who are afraid of making the wrong move or feeling the wrong thing. So in terms of the people that you help, I feel like they're going to be those who struggle to trust themselves or to make aligned choices. I also feel like you're going to help people who feel numb or emotionally cut off or stuck in overthinking, or even maybe clients who have been on the fence for years about their truth or their path or their pain. So pile 3, you're going to help clients break out of chronic indecision through things like somatic healing or guided journaling or emotional coaching. Maybe some of you here want to offer decision-making clarity or clarity frameworks for creatives or empaths or spiritually curious people. Maybe you guide people out of their mental noise and into emotional alignment where you help them feel alive again and choose again, right? And to live again, ultimately. We also have Tracy Emin. This one says, don't hide your dirty sheets in the washer, concentrate on finding, not losing yourself in your art, and decay can be a fertilizer for new ideas. So this is the energy of raw emotion, maybe even like confessional storytelling and using your vulnerability as power. So Tracy Emin is an artist who represents those people who feel deeply but often hide it, right? Or people who need to turn their pain into power. So pile 3, you are here to help sensitive souls own their stories, even the messy, angry, shame-filled parts of it. I feel like you're here to help women or artists who have been silenced or shamed or misunderstood. Maybe people who are healing from emotional abandonment or trauma who need artistic or emotional expression. Or maybe you're here to help clients who long to speak their truth but don't know how. So maybe some of you here create or guide raw storytelling spaces, whether through a memoir or creative writing or spoken word or group healing. I also feel like you're going to help people turn emotional pain into art or purpose or income, really helping them to feel seen and validated. I also feel like you're going to be really good at working with those who feel like too much, and you're going to offer a safe place for them to unravel and to be reborn. So next, let's talk about your next aligned step. We'll talk about some tangible or energetic actions that you can take to move into flow. We have the 9 of Cups in reverse here. So this can talk about misalignment with desires, maybe feeling unfulfilled on an emotional level, right? Like this emotional longing. Can also talk about settling or performance. So pile 3, you are being asked to stop pretending that everything is okay and to really get honest about what's not satisfying your soul. The next aligned step is not to manifest harder, It's to reevaluate your true desires and to stop settling for almost energy. So I feel like your next aligned move is to ask yourself, what do I think I want versus what do I deeply crave? I think that this is your sign to let go of wishful thinking that isn't rooted in real fulfillment. And I feel like this is also a sign for you to release the pressure to appear happy and to get real about your joy. Maybe some of you here are going to be revising your goals or your business model to reflect what truly brings you pleasure or meaning. Maybe some of you here are going to cancel or pause an offer or a commitment that's draining your joy. I also feel like some of you here are going to be allowing yourself to dream a little wider, even if it means scrapping what you thought success should look like. We also have the adventurer, responsibility, and expectations. So this is you expanding beyond comfort, really embracing unknown paths and rewriting like your sense of duty. So pile 3, I feel like your next move also requires shaking off societal or family expectations and becoming the responsible rebel, right? The one who follows their mission and not just their to-do list. So your next aligned move is for you to take a risk that feels aligned with your soul and not your conditioning. This is your chance to redefine what responsibility looks like for you, and it might mean choosing adventure over obligation. And I keep hearing for some of you, you're like, that's something I've never done before. Like, I've always been the responsible, dutiful, responsible one. And it's like, no, this is your chance to have fun. Go have fun, pile 3, right? Do the brave thing, not the expected thing. Maybe some of you here start a new project or a new niche or a path, even if others don't get it yet. Maybe some of you here stop waiting for permission and you finally follow the dream that feels a little scary, but deeply true. Maybe some of you here integrate play or travel or exploration into your career journey, really creating space for divine redirection. Let's get some tea leaf fortune cards to get any more pieces of information that you might need to know. We have lobster, financial pinch. We have yoke, feeling tied down, frustrated. We have stork, news of a birth or a new business opportunity. Handshake, a meeting with a stranger could be important. We have funnel, period of frustration, lessons to be learned. We also have older woman, dealings or relationship with an older woman. We have 4-leaf clover, great good fortune. And then we also have fly, period of ill health or depression. And then we have candle, you'll be shown the way. And then we also have lily, spiritual love. I love this. Okay, so looking at all of your cards here, pile 3, I feel like, again, this talks about a situation that you're not feeling satisfied in, right? Something that's making you feel tied down or frustrated. Maybe your current finances are not feeling the most expansive or abundant as it could be, right? Maybe you're feeling frustrated. You're learning a lot of lessons right now. Maybe you feel like this situation or this period has brought you this kind of downtrodden feeling of depression, or maybe you have been dealing with some health issues. Either way, I want you to know that a change is coming, right? There is news of a birth or a new business opportunity coming your way. You'll be shown the way. You have a lot of spiritual love and protection surrounding you. Some of you here might have dealings with an older woman, right? Dealings or relationship with an older woman, if that resonates. And just know that a handshake, a meeting with a stranger could be important. So keep your eyes peeled. So thank you so much, pile 3. I want you to remember that your purpose isn't just about hustle, it's about resonance. And when you do what you're here to do, the right opportunities, clients, and income will flow to you in ways that you couldn't even plan. So let me know which pile you chose and how it landed for you in the comments. I absolutely love hearing your stories. If this reading spoke to your soul, be sure to like this video, hit the notification bell, and subscribe here at Tidal Tarot for more intuitive guidance. When you get the chance, check out my other pick a card readings on dream careers, money breakthroughs, and your next level self. They're all on my channel page, Tidal Tarot, here on YouTube. If you feel called to tune into my podcast, the That's Deep podcast, where I share how to co-create your dream life through personal growth and spiritual wisdom, it's linked for you in the description. And if you're into crystals or pretty things to support your shift, my online shop is also linked below. Sending you so much love, Tidal fam. I will see you on the next video. Bye friends, love y'all. Hey pile 4, hey friends, welcome to your reading. So let's talk about your impact energy. We'll talk about what kind of difference you're here to make and what ripple effect you naturally create. We have everything is fine in reverse here, and this is the 10 of Swords in reverse. So this talks about recovery from betrayal, emotional rebirth, Could talk about painful endings and this radical release. So pile 4, you are here to guide people through the end of a dark chapter. You're here to offer hope, clarity, and meaning after people go through things like an emotional collapse. I really do feel like your presence alchemizes grief and endings into awakening. So I feel like the ripple effect that you're about to have, pile 4, is that you help people find strength after devastation. You know how to offer insight that helps others reclaim power after being broken open. And I feel like your impact often arrives at someone's lowest point, where your words or your work become a turning point. So I feel like some of you here are going to create healing content, art, or mentorship for those who are navigating things like divorce, loss, or betrayal. Maybe some of you here want to write or speak about your own rock bottom story, and you give others the map out of their darkness. Maybe some of you here want to specialize in helping clients pivot after failed careers or dreams or toxic relationships, and you show them how to begin again. We also have the administrator, Saturn. I walk with a foot in both earthly and spiritual worlds. Pile 4, you are naturally practical, grounded, persevering, wise, dedicated, strong, purposeful, leading, organized, structured, confident, strategic, assertive, disciplined, humanistic, and moral. So I feel like this is all about sacred responsibility. It's about discipline. It's about legacy and spiritual structure. Pile 4, you are here to bring form to the formless, to structure emotional and spiritual healing into tangible practices, frameworks, or pathways for others. You have this really unique gift in being able to blend the ethereal with the practical. So I feel like the ripple effect that you're about to have here is that you create long-term transformation, not just quick fixes. Like, people learn how to ground their emotions, their intuition, or trauma healing into real-life change. I feel like you are a trusted authority who builds systems that people can actually depend on. Right? There's a lot of BS out there in the spiritual spaces online, and so it's like you are a breath of fresh air because you are as real and authentic as they come. I feel like many of you here are going to become a grounded spiritual mentor. Maybe some of you here are going to become a grounded spiritual mentor, helping clients integrate their spiritual insight into daily rituals and things like goals. I feel like you know how to teach others how to take consistent, sacred steps through tough emotional healing processes. And maybe some of you here want to offer structured containers like programs or journal systems or things for personal transformation that's rooted in integrity and depth. So next, let's talk about how you'll get paid for it. We'll talk about what energy or strategy brings in money when you're in alignment with that impact. So we have the 5 of Cups in reverse here. This talks about moving forward, things like emotional closure, reframing past pain, and can also talk about gratitude in some cases. So money is going to flow to you when you teach others and yourself to release emotional baggage and reclaim what remains. Pile 4, you are paid when you hold space for others to shift from this energy of despair to resourcefulness. So your financial alignment strategy here is that you know how to monetize your emotional intelligence, your empathy, and your healing perspective. It's time for you to focus on helping others find peace and purpose in what they already have. Maybe some of you here want to offer services or content or tools that help people emotionally reorient themselves rather than escape or bypass their pain. Maybe some of you here want to create a grief coaching business where you help people reframe their stories and move forward. Maybe some of you here want to create courses or workshops on emotional clarity or shadow work or forgiveness. Maybe some of you here are going to share vulnerable content that reframes failure or disappointment or loss as a part of one's greater purpose. We also have Jira. So this talks about patience, rhythm, really planting the seeds, and trusting in divine timing. So with this, I feel like you'll be paid through your consistency, through your energy of devotion, and your ability to understand timing. Pile 4, the way that you show up repeatedly through seasons of growth and death and rebirth is the magnet for abundance. So your financial alignment strategy is to build wealth seasonally, not urgently. Maybe you want to focus on offers or business structures that grow slowly, but they last the length of time. This is you trusting that healing and success are cyclical and that your income will reflect your long-term care. So maybe some of you here create a seasonal membership or coaching container that moves clients through their personal growth cycles. Maybe some of you here are going to share cyclical wisdom, whether this is through moon phases or emotional seasons or healing timelines, so that you can guide others in sustainable ways. Maybe some of you here want to grow your business quietly and deeply, where you focus on legacy rather than hype, and you bring clients in through reputation and energetic alignment. So next, let's talk about the people that you're meant to help or influence, and let's talk about who will benefit from your work. So we have the Queen of Cups up right here, and this talks about empaths, nurturers, having emotional depth, being a caregiver, right? Being a creative. So I feel like you're here to help people who are deeply emotional, sensitive even, or healing oriented people. These are the feelers, the givers, the ones who care for others, but might be struggling to care for themselves. So maybe you help women or femmes who are emotionally overwhelmed or depleted or spiritually lost. Maybe you help therapists or healers or coaches, people who hold space for others but need space held for them. So maybe you want to work with creatives who are blocked emotionally or disconnected from their inner wisdom. So I feel like you are here to guide healers, intuitives, or spiritual entrepreneurs in emotional boundaries or business structure or soul confidence. So maybe some of you here work with mothers or caregivers who are rediscovering their identity and their emotional power. Or maybe some of you here want to offer emotional support or reflective spaces like journaling workshops or intuitive readings or creative healing sessions. So we also have Titian. It says, go viral, not bacterial. A flattered client is a repeat client, and your personality can be as colorful as your canvas. So Titian is an artist, and Titian is a master of rich color, of divine beauty, sensual realism, and sacred storytelling. So I feel like Titian represents the elevation of emotion through beauty or art or embodiment. You influence people who want to reconnect with sacred self-worth, things like creative devotion and emotional elegance. I feel like you'd be great at helping people who want to express themselves beautifully and powerfully after being silenced or minimized. Again, things like artists, creatives, feminine leaders who are reclaiming their sensual power. I also feel like you'd be great with helping people who want to live with more grace or artistry and soul, but maybe they don't know how to ground it. Maybe some of you here want to offer intuitive branding or visual storytelling or creative mentorship that helps clients embody richness and truth. I feel like you have the ability to guide clients to elevate their identity or presence or space through things like soulful aesthetics or emotional intelligence. I also feel like you could help the feminine or maybe artists tap into their sensual, creative, and sacred presence, maybe through like body work or imagery or even things like legacy creation. So let's talk about your next aligned step. Let's talk about any tangible or energetic actions that you can take to move into flow. We have the Knight of Wands in reverse here. So this can talk about scattered passion, impulsiveness, burnout, even misdirected energy. So I feel like your next step is to refocus your fire pile 4. Maybe some of you here have been burning your energy on things that don't serve your deeper mission, but this card asks you to pause before taking on another task or another project. And maybe you want to ask yourself, is this aligned with my long-term vision? Right? So maybe your next aligned move is to say no to distractions or pressure or urgency that isn't rooted in your sacred why. Maybe it's time for you to reclaim your time from projects or paths that are fueled by proving, not purpose, right? Or maybe some of you here want to let passion flow through discipline and not chaos. So maybe some of you here cancel or delay something that you were rushing, and instead you focus on one powerful, meaningful creation. Maybe some of you here want to create a ritual or a sacred strategy to channel your inspiration so that it's not just scattered energy. Or maybe some of you here want to take a sacred pause to regroup and to rest and to re-aim your fire before your next launch or move. We also have Assassin. This one says ruthlessness and conviction. So this is all about strategic action. This is about precision. It's about letting go of emotional fluff. And this is all about hitting your target. So this is super exciting, Pile 4. This is your cosmic permission to cut the noise and to move with focused conviction. I feel like there's so many of you here already who know what needs to be done. And now it's about doing it cleanly and powerfully without apology. So I think it's time for you to get honest about what's draining your energy and cut it with precision. Take one bold, unapologetic action, right? Something that scares you a little bit, but is very much deeply true to you. And I feel like it's time for you to channel your inner assassin, not to harm, but to remove what no longer belongs. Maybe some of you here cut a toxic client or contract or pattern, and you free yourself to rise higher. Maybe you launch your truest offer or message, even if it's edgy or intimidating, right? Or maybe some of you here put a sharp boundary in place and you allow yourself to serve with more focus and more power. All right, let's get some tea leaf fortune cards to get any other bits of information that you need to know. Okay, so we have Valley, deep personal strength and peace that assures success. We have Key, successful outcome to your problems. I, we have psychic ability, trust your intuition. Bell, announcement. Bat, take care enemies working against you. We have younger woman, dealings or relationship with a younger woman. We have Eagle, triumph over trouble or troubles, obstacles, and then we have clubs. Club, someone will try to make you do something against your will. So looking at everything here, pile 4, I feel like some of you here have definitely gone through something that's made you like kind of question whether you could trust other people, or maybe you're questioning the relationships around you, right? Like maybe you feel, because I feel like you're very much psychic, you're very much intuitive, and so I don't know if some of you can sense like the evil eye, or like when people are hating on you, or when people don't want the best for you, or when they are like upset when you do well. Maybe there's like a lot of people who are trying to influence you or think that they have control over you. Either way, I feel like you are definitely going to have triumph over troubles or any obstacles that you come up against. You are definitely going to overcome that. I feel like you're going to have a very important and exciting announcement coming up. I honestly think that whatever it is that you want to go after, you will absolutely be successful, right? You are the master. You're the master key. You can unlock any door it is that you want, and you will definitely have deep personal strength and success, right? So I think that this is all beautiful, pile 4. And just remember that your purpose isn't just about hustle, it's about resonance. And when you do what you're here to do, the right opportunities, clients, and income will flow for you in ways that you couldn't even plan. So let me know which pile you chose and how it landed for you in the comments. I absolutely love hearing your stories. If this reading spoke to your soul, be sure to like this video, hit the notification bell, and subscribe here at Tidal Tarot for more intuitive guidance. When you get the chance, check out my other pick a card readings on dream careers, money breakthroughs, and your next level self. They're all on my channel page, Tidal Tarot, here on YouTube. If you feel called to tune into my podcast, the That's Deep podcast, where I share how to co-create your dream life through personal growth tools and spiritual wisdom, it's linked for you in the description. And if you're into crystals or pretty things to support your shift, my online shop is also linked for you below. I'm sending you so much love, Tidal fam. I will see you on the next video. Lots of love. Love you down. Bye.